The relationship with Jaguar, which we've been working with for a number of years now, so very exciting. Chief designer is an incredible guy called Ian Callum. Ian Callum is an absolute master of design. He's sort of up there with the best of them, and he came from Aston Martin, designed cars like the DB7, the DB9, the Vanquish, before going on to Jaguar, and he's now produced some beautiful cars coming out from there. The F-Types and XFs and all the incredible range of cars. But one of these very special cars was a car called the 675. Which you'll see in the new Bond film, actually. It's an incredible car. And that car was a bit of a supercar, 200 mile an hour plus. And they called us up, and Giles went in there and they said, look, we're trying to produce the interior of this car, and we love the inspiration. We've got a lot of inspiration from your Martin Baker watch. And obviously that was the ejection seat manufacturer we've been working with for many years. And the door opens, for example, using a ejection handle between the legs of the car, and the dashboard has a Bremont clock on it, and this sort of head-up display has a lot of sort of Bremont features in it, which is really flattering, and it was a really lovely project to work for, and that was about 5 years ago. So you've got this supercar with this mechanical clock sitting on the dashboard, which they loved the sort of the difference there. So that was wonderful. Then it led on to other projects like the Queen's Jaguars, for example, have Bremont clocks in them. The Royal Jaguars, you've got, there's another Pebble Beach project, and pocket watches for Prince Philip and things. So there's some really nice projects. And then last year, we got chatting to them, and there's the heritage team from Jaguar. There's a lovely story whereby 18 VIN numbers for the lightweight E-Type were originally put down. The VIN number is a vehicle identification number. And the lightweight E-Type is a car that produces, it's a very successful racing car in its day, in the early 60s, along with the D-Types, etc. There's 12 remaining, and they're still around today, and they command many millions of pounds when they're sold. But they only ever make 12 out of the 18. And so the last 6 have been made by Jaguar over the last year, and still being made as they were in Coventry by Jaguar. So you've got these brand new historic lightweight E-Types, which is very exciting. So along with that, each of these cars, they wanted to produce a rather special watch. And so we produced this beautifully engineered, as a white gold watch, only 6 being made, based on the original Smith styles inside the Jaguar dash, which is iconic in itself. If you like historic motoring, a lot of the historic dials and things were made by Smiths, and so we've sort of done a contemporary version of this, working with Ian on the design. So it's been a lovely collaboration. And this original watch had original wood in it from the steering wheel, and the original Connolly leather from the seats for the straps. A lot of detail, but it was a very pretty watch, very beautiful watch. And it was always sort of prelude to doing a commercially available watch, because also we're only making 6, so it wasn't available to all. So along came Basel this year, and we've produced 3 watches for Jaguar. Well, 2 mainly, but the first 2 were, one's called the Mach 1, which is very similar to the watch which went along with these lightweight E-Types. Again, lovely movement, beautiful case. You can see the steering wheel rotor on the back, but it's just the detail is phenomenal. And then there's the Mach 2, which was the chronograph. So these are 2 watches we're very proud of. The highlight for Giles and I, without a shadow, would be working with someone as inspiring as Ian Callum. Giles and I love design, but being involved with a project like that is just phenomenal. He is so understated, so modest, and yet he's achieved so much. And Jaguar as a team are really nice bunch of people. When you just working with other nice people, it's really lovely thing to do. So, as kids, Giles and I restored a car with our father, which was an old E-Type, Series 2 E-Type, and so we've always been very keen on the brand. And as kids, we'd sit in this little, front seat of this very old vintage car, which so has incredible interest. Arguably, if not, one of the most beautiful cars ever made, the E-Type. It's just stunning, the proportion. It's almost perfection, if not perfection. So it's up there with the best. And to be able to work with a childhood, dream brand like Jaguar is very, very flattering for a brand like Bremont. So